Yo, what's good? With Everyday Peoples right now. Nice Saturday afternoon. What's good? And you want to know the history of Lenox Ave. Now, everybody think of Harlem. Of course, you're gonna think of Dipset. You're gonna think of Vado, and also you're gonna think of New Jack City. You're gonna think of Pay the Fool, and also you're gonna think about Above the Rim, of course. But also, what's the history of Harlem, especially Lenox Ave? You gotta go back to the the Renaissance days, because that's like an important piece of history right there. So when you look at Harlem today, you gotta look at Harlem like many years ago, because today we have the privilege to do anything we want because Harlem is like mad different. But back in those days, like especially Lenox Ave, it was struggling for like a lot of like black people, especially different poets, artists, and people that made an important movement of today. This to show you that whatever you can do today is always going to have a reflection on you in the future. And that's the thing about when I think about Lenox Ave, I always think about it was a movement that started, and it just started with a couple of people, and it became so huge that it left in the history books. So one of the important things about history is that it can always start with a couple of words, but it end with a big novel with your name and everything you accomplished. So that's the thing always about life history right there. If you're an artist, don't just think about today. Don't just think about tomorrow. Think about 10 years or 20 years down the road, because maybe the next person that's like coming up, they could see how you started, and they could use that as an influence to see where they're going next. So definitely. So Everyday Peoples, peace, NY representing. Peace.
What's the best borough again?
Oh man, Manhattan. Manhattan. I'm from Brooklyn, man, but I love Manhattan.
Alright, take that, Jay-Z.